Hello and welcome. A very warm welcome to the VUS Learning English podcast. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here today. Today we have a very special episode. It is about finding a job and using powerful English words in your job interview. These words will help you show how amazing you are. They will help you feel strong and confident. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me today. It means the world. If you enjoy our time together, please think about following or subscribing to our podcast. It is a small click for you, but it helps us a lot. It helps us reach more English learners just like you. Before we start, I would love to know where you are listening from. Are you in Indonesia, Japan, Turkey, Mexico? Please let us know in the comments. It is beautiful to see our learning family from all over the world. Okay, are you ready? Let's begin. You are a wonderful person. You have great skills. You know you can do a job very well. You make your resume look perfect. You answer all the difficult questions. And then you get a sad email. The email says, "Thank you for your time. We chose someone else." This feels bad. It is confusing, and it can make you feel very sad. You think, what did I do wrong? What am I missing? I want to tell you a secret. Often the problem is not your skills. The problem is not your experience. The problem is how you talk about your skills. It is how you share your story. You do amazing work, but it is hard to talk about it in an interview. The hiring manager asks you a question. Tell me about a time you led a project. And your mind feels empty. You give a simple, quiet answer. An answer that is easy to forget. But today that all changes. Today, we will fix this feeling. In this episode, I will give you a special key. This key will help you talk about your value. I will share 8 powerful English words. These words will make a recruiter or a hiring manager see you. They will see you are the perfect person for the job, not just another person. And I will not just give you a list of words. For each word, we will learn together. We will look at new examples. Easy examples you can use. So you can go into your next interview feeling confident, feeling so sure of yourself, because you know how to show your amazing value. First, let's understand the problem a little more. Why is it so hard to talk about the great things we do? For many of us, it feels strange. We are taught to be humble, to be quiet about our success. We think our work will speak for itself. But here's the truth. In a 45-minute interview, your work cannot talk. You must be the voice for your work. The interviewer has not seen you work. They only know the stories you tell them. Many people use simple, boring language. They say things like, "I was responsible for the report," or "I helped the team with the new software." These sentences are true, but they are not powerful. They are like quiet music in the background. They do not show your real talent, and they do not make you special. Hiring managers hear these same words all day, every single day. What they really want to hear is different. They want to hear about your impact. What happened because of your work? They want to know that you are a person who thinks, a person who makes things better. This is why we need power words. Think of these words like a bridge from your amazing work to the interviewer's heart. These are not just fancy words. They are action words. They are strong verbs that show what you can do. They help you tell a story of achievement. These words help you think about your work in a new way. You cannot just say you did something. You must explain the beautiful, complex things you did. These words are your tools. They help you build stories that people remember. And in a job interview, the person with the best story often gets the job. So, are you ready for our first power word? Let's learn it together. Word number 1, orchestrated. Our first power word is a beautiful one. The word is orchestrated. Orchestrated. This word sounds very smart and very strong. It changes you from a team member to a team leader. When you hear the word orchestrated, imagine a person who leads an orchestra, a music conductor. This person is not just playing one instrument. No, they are guiding many, many musicians, maybe 50 people or 100 people. And they guide them all to create one beautiful song, one perfect piece of music. That is the picture you want to put in the hiring manager's mind. The picture of you as a leader. Saying you managed a project is okay. Many people say this, but saying you orchestrated a project, that is special. It means the project was big and complex. It means you worked with many different parts, different teams, difficult schedules, and you were the one who brought everything together, like a beautiful piece of music. Hiring managers love this word because it shows you do not just follow a plan, you create the plan. It shows you can handle difficult situations, you see the big picture, and you can lead others to success. So, when can you use this word? You can use it for questions like, tell me about a complex project you led. Or describe how you lead a team. Or what is your biggest success at work? Let me show you the difference. First, a simple answer. We can call this the before answer. It is weak and easy to forget. The before answer. I was the project manager for a new system. I made sure we finished on time. I had meetings with teams and checked our progress. This answer is okay, but it is just a list of things you did. It is not exciting. Now let's try again. Let's use our new power word. This is the after answer. It is powerful. It tells a story. The after answer. One of my biggest successes was when I orchestrated a big change in our company. We moved to a new computer system. This change was for over 500 people. First, I designed the plan for how we would do it step by step. I talked to the leaders of each department. I showed them how the new system would help them. Then I orchestrated the work of a team of 10 people. This team had people from technology and people from other companies. My job was to make sure everything happened at the right time. The technical work, the training for our users, everything. I wanted it to be a smooth and easy change for everyone. It was a big, complex project, but by carefully orchestrating every part, we finished on time. And in the first 3 months, we saw a 30% decrease in mistakes. Can you feel the difference? The after answer tells a wonderful story, a story of leadership. The word orchestrated is the star of the story. You did not just have meetings. You brought all the pieces together to make something wonderful happen. That is the kind of story that makes a recruiter say, yes. Word number 2, resolved. Are you ready for our second power word? It is resolved. Resolved. This word looks simple, but it is very powerful for the mind. When there is a problem at work, what do you say? Many people say they handled it or they worked on it. But these words are a little weak. They do not promise a good result. You can work on a problem for a long time and not fix it. But the word resolved is different. It means you found the final answer. You found a good solution. The problem is finished. It is gone. This word says you are a problem solver. You are good with people, and you focus on getting good results. Problems at work cost a company time and money. A person who can prove they resolve problems is very, very valuable. Hiring managers always want to know about your problem-solving skills. So when they ask about a challenge or a problem, this is your word. Let's use a simple storytelling method. It is called the STAR method. Situation, task, action, result. First, the before answer. It is not very strong. The before answer. One time, two teams had a disagreement. The sales team and the marketing team. I was in meetings with them. I tried to help them agree so we could continue our work. This answer talks about a problem, but it does not show that you own the solution. The words tried to help sound weak. Now, let's make it better with our power word. Let's tell a STAR story. The after answer. Our new product launch was stopped. This was because of a big disagreement between the sales and marketing teams. That was the situation. My job, my task, was to fix this problem in 2 weeks. I needed both teams to feel happy and ready to work together. For my action, I created a special meeting for both teams. But it was not another meeting for arguing. I changed the focus. I asked everyone to think about our customers' problems. This helped them stop thinking about their own opinions. They started thinking about how to help our customers. I was the guide in the conversation. And finally, I resolved the conflict. I did this by creating a new guide for messaging. It had simple, powerful messages for the sales team. And it had the detailed information that the marketing team loved. And the result? The teams were happy and aligned. We launched the product 2 days early. The sales team sold 15% more than their goal in the first month. They said the new messaging helped them sell faster. Do you see? The word resolved is the happy ending to the story. It is a confident, strong word. It tells the interviewer that you are not afraid of problems. You step in, you take ownership, and you find a solution. You resolve things. This is a very powerful skill. Word number 3, initiated. Let's move on to our third power word. This word is initiated. Initiated. This is the best word to show that you are proactive. What does proactive mean? It means you do not wait for someone to tell you what to do. Most employees are good at doing their tasks. Their boss gives them a job and they do the job. This is good. This is the normal expectation. But the best employees do more. The people who get the best jobs do not just do tasks. They create value. They see a problem that no one is fixing, and they take the first step to fix it. They do not wait for an invitation to make things better. This is what it means to initiate. When you use this word, it is like a bright, shining light. It tells the recruiter you are a self-starter. You have the qualities of a leader, even if you are not a manager. It proves you are always thinking about the future. You are always thinking about how to improve things. Companies love people who do this. They need people who take ownership. This word is perfect for big interview questions like, what is your greatest strength? Or, tell me about a time you did more than what was expected. Or, what work are you most proud of? Let's see how this word can change an answer. Here is the before answer. It is a little passive. The before answer. My boss was worried about how much time we spent doing manual work. He asked me to find a solution. So I researched some tools and showed them to my team. This answer makes you sound like a good employee. You followed your boss's order, but it does not have a wow feeling. Now let's make it amazing. Let's make you the hero of the story. The after answer. My greatest strength is that I am a proactive problem solver. In my last job, I saw my team was losing about 20 hours every week. They were spending this time putting data into a report by hand. Everyone thought this was normal, but I saw it was a big waste of time and energy. So I initiated a project to automate this work. No one asked me to do it. First, I studied the process to find the problems. Then I researched 3 different automation tools. I used a free trial of one tool to show how it could work. I went to my manager with a full solution, not just an idea. I showed her my research. I showed her that my solution could reduce the manual work by 90%. She was very happy and said yes immediately. The automation that I initiated saved our team 80 hours every month. We used that extra time to help our clients more, and because of that, our client happiness went up by 5% that quarter. The difference is huge. You did not wait. You saw a problem. You took ownership, and you initiated the entire solution from the beginning to the end. You gave them a real working solution, not just an idea. This quality is something every hiring manager wants to see. Word number 4, collaborated. Our 4th power word today is collaborated. Collaborated. Now, you might be thinking, is this word special? It sounds a little simple, but it is not. It is very important. Almost every job description says they want a team player. So every person in an interview says, I am a great team player. This sentence is used so much that it has lost its meaning. It is a cliche. The word collaborated is different. It is a professional word. It describes a specific way of working together. It means you worked with other people on the same goal, as equal partners. It is much better than just saying you worked with someone. It shows that you can build good relationships at work. You respect other people's ideas. And you can bring different ideas together to create something even better. Hiring managers need to know if you can work well in their team. Can you work with different kinds of people? Proving you collaborated shows them that yes, you can. You can use this word for questions like, can you give me an example of how you work with a team? Or, tell me about a time you worked with people from different departments. Or, how do you handle disagreements with your coworkers? Let's see this word in a story. Here is the before answer. It is generic and weak. The before answer. Yes, I am a team player. At my last job, I worked with the engineering team. I gave them the project information and they built the new feature. This answer is not very exciting. It makes the work sound like a simple transaction. I gave them this, they gave me that, and it does not sound like real teamwork. Now for the powerful after answer. The after answer. That's a great question. I believe the best work happens in a true partnership. For example, I had a project to create a new experience for our new users. Instead of just writing a list of tasks and giving it to the engineers, I collaborated very closely with the main developer and the designer from the very first day. I organized meetings where we could all share ideas. I explained the business goals, and they gave me ideas about what was possible with technology. We collaborated in real time. We drew our ideas together on a whiteboard. This helped us solve problems very quickly. When we had a disagreement, we did not argue. We collaborated on a plan to test 2 different ideas with our users. The user data showed us which idea was better. The decision was easy. Because we had this deep collaboration, we built a much better product. It worked well technically, and it was very easy for our users. This led to a 25% increase in people using our product. This answer is wonderful. It does not just say you are a team player. It proves it with a real story. The word collaborated shows a respectful and successful partnership. You were not just a person giving tasks. You were a strategic partner, and that is a very attractive quality. Okay, let's take a little pause here. We are halfway through our list of power words. We have learned 4 amazing words so far: orchestrated, resolved, initiated, and collaborated. Think about your own work life. Think about a time you were successful. Which of these words connects with your story? I would love for you to share it. You can leave a comment and tell me which word you are excited to use. I promise I read every single one. It makes me so happy to see you learning and growing. And if you are feeling more confident already, please do me a small favor and hit that subscribe or follow button. It helps our podcast grow. We still have 4 more incredible words to learn, including a very, very important word. A word that should be in every success story you tell. You do not want to miss it. Okay, let's continue. Word number 5, optimized. Let's jump back in with our 5th power word. This word is optimized. Optimized. This word is all about making things better and more efficient. Anyone can say they improved something. Improved is a good word, but it is a common word. Optimized is the next level. It means you took a scientific approach. You did not just accidentally make something better. You studied a process. You found the parts that were slow or wasteful, and you made smart changes to make it work as well as possible. To optimize is like tuning a car engine. You are not just painting the car a new color. You are making the engine run faster and smoother. This word connects to things that every company loves: saving time, saving money, and doing more work in less time. When a hiring manager hears the word optimized, they hear good things. They hear that you think about efficiency. They see a person who wants to always make things better. A person who will help the business run more smoothly. You can use optimized for questions like, what is one of your greatest strengths? Or, tell me about something important you did in your last job. Or, how do you handle tasks that you do again and again? Let's look at an example. First, the before answer. It is not very clear. The before answer. I am good at making things more efficient. The way we sent invoices to clients was slow, so I found a better way to do it, and it became faster. This is a good idea, but the language is weak. It does not show the real impact. Now let's make it shine with our power word. The after answer. I love to find ways to make things more efficient. A great example is the client invoice process at my last job. It was all manual. It took 3 people almost 2 full days to do it every month. I knew this was not a good system. So first I studied the whole process to find the slowest parts. Then I researched some software that could help. I found a low-cost tool that could automate 80% of the work. I didn't just suggest the idea. I showed my manager how the tool would save us money. It would pay for itself in less than 6 months. After my manager said yes, I personally optimized the new process. I did not just turn on the software, I created special templates. I set up automatic payment reminders. This was a huge change. We cut the time for invoices from 48 hours a month down to only 5 hours. This helped the team do more important work. It also optimized our money situation. We started getting paid by clients faster. The average payment time went from 45 days down to 28 days. Wow, the word optimized is the hero here, and it is supported by so many great details, and most importantly, by numbers. You did not just make things faster, you optimized a very important part of the business, and you proved it. This is how you show your true value. Word number 6, achieved, with a number. Our 6th power word is maybe the most important word of all. The word is achieve. Achieved. But this word has a very important friend. Its friend is a number. The word achieved by itself is strong. It means success, but when you say achieved and then you add a number, or a percentage, or a dollar amount, it becomes proof. It becomes a fact that no one can argue with. Talking about your successes with numbers is not bragging. It is being clear. It is speaking the language of business. Numbers are a universal language. They are clear and they are real. A hiring manager might doubt a story without numbers, but they cannot doubt that you increased sales by 20%. That is a fact. You should look for every opportunity to use this combination. The formula is very simple. I achieved a result with a number by doing an action. This is perfect for the most important questions in an interview. Questions like, can you tell me more about your resume? Or, what is your greatest accomplishment? Or, why are you the right person for this job? Let's see the big difference it makes. Here is a before answer. It has claims, but no proof. The before answer. I was a marketing manager. I ran our social media. I am good at creating content, and I grew our online accounts. This is a list of job duties. It is not a list of achievements. It is very easy to forget. Now let's fill it with power and proof. The after answer. As the marketing manager, I changed our social media strategy. My new goal was to get more leads. By creating more video content and using targeted ads, I achieved a 150% increase in good leads from Instagram and LinkedIn. For our biggest product launch, I developed a special campaign. With that campaign, I achieved a 300% return on our ad money. I also saw that our emails were not performing well. So I created a new system to test our emails. Through that work, I achieved a 40% increase in the number of people opening our emails. This helped us add $250,000 to our sales opportunities for that quarter. My whole belief is that marketing work should create real, measurable results for the business. Every point in that answer is an achievement with a number. It is a fast, powerful delivery of success after success. When you talk like this, You are not just a person looking for a job. You are a business professional. You are presenting your history of proven results. The interviewer does not need to guess if you are good. You just gave them the data that proves you are. Word number 7, influenced. Let's talk about a quiet but very important word. This word is for your career growth. The word is influenced. Influenced. Leadership does not always come from a job title. You do not have to be a manager to be a leader. In today's world, your success often depends on your ability to persuade people, to get people to agree with you. Even when they do not report to you, this is the art of influence. Using the word influenced shows that you have high emotional intelligence. It proves you can make positive changes without using authority. It shows that people respect your ideas. They are willing to listen to you because you can explain your ideas well. For any job that needs teamwork, this is a very important skill. This word is perfect for questions about leadership and people skills. Questions like, how would you describe your leadership style? Or, tell me about a time you had to convince a team to do something. Or, how do you help a team when you are not the leader? Let's look at an example. The before answer is not very impressive. The before answer, I thought our weekly team meeting was not useful. I told my manager we should change it. He agreed after some time, and so we made it better. This sounds like you were complaining. It does not show any real skill. Now, let's tell a story of smart and gentle leadership. The after answer. Our 1-hour weekly meeting was not very productive. Even though I was not the team leader, I felt I could make it better. My goal was to change the meeting from a simple reporting meeting to a problem-solving meeting. I knew that just complaining would not work, so I created a plan to influence my manager and my teammates. First, I talked to a few of my coworkers privately. I asked for their ideas and got their support. Then I prepared a short proposal for my manager. It was based on data. I showed that we spent most of the meeting talking, but we made very few decisions. I presented this as an opportunity, not a complaint. I suggested a new, shorter, and more focused meeting format. By showing a good solution with data and with support from my team, I successfully influenced my manager to try the new format. The team loved it. The change was permanent. I did not have the authority to force the change, but I influenced the result by using data and building agreement with my team. This is a beautiful example of leadership without a title. Influenced is the perfect word here. You did not demand. You built a case, you gathered support, and you persuaded people. You showed a type of intelligence that companies are desperate to find. Word number 8, architected. We are at our final word. And it is maybe the most impressive word on our list. The word is architected. Architected. This is a very special word, a showstopper. You use this word when you did not just improve something or lead something. You use it when you built something important from nothing, from zero. To architect. Something means you designed the plan, the blueprint. You created the whole structure, the whole system, the whole strategy. Where before there was nothing. This word is about vision. It is about creation. You use it when you built a new team from the beginning, or designed a new sales process from scratch, or developed a company's very first marketing plan. This is a big, powerful word. Save it for your biggest, proudest moments, especially for questions like, What is your greatest professional accomplishment? Or describe a project you created from the very beginning. Let's see our final transformation. Here is the before answer. It is too simple. It makes a big accomplishment sound small. The before answer. I helped create the company's new sales team. I was part of hiring people and planning their work. This answer does not show the true size of the achievement. Now let's tell the story with the power it deserves. The after answer. My proudest accomplishment was when I was asked to build our new sales department from zero. There was no team, no process, nothing. I architected the entire department. I started by creating the main strategy. I defined who our customers were. I set the goals for success. I developed the budget. From there, I architected the sales process itself, from the first contact with a customer to the final sale. I also chose and set up all the technology we needed. Then I designed the job description for our perfect salesperson. And I led the hiring process. I grew the team from just me to a successful group of 12 people in the first year. The sales guide that I architected is now used to train all new employees. And in just 18 months, the department that I built from nothing was making over $4 million in new money for the company every year. There is no better word for that story than architected. You were the designer, you were the planner, you were the builder. You did not just help. You were the visionary person who created a new successful part of the business. When you tell a story like that, you are not just a job candidate. You are making a case that you are a true leader. So there we have it. 8 powerful English words to help you talk about your amazing value. Let's review them one more time. Orchestrated. For leading complex projects. Resolved. For finding the final solution to a difficult problem. Initiated. For starting something new without being asked. Collaborated. For working as a true partner with other people. Optimized. For making a process much more efficient with proof. Achieved. For showing your success with real numbers. Influenced. For leading and persuading people without authority. And architected. For building something important from the very beginning. Please remember, my friend, the secret is not just to use these words. The secret is to use these words to see your career in a new way. Think about the times you did something great and use these words to help you build the stories that prove it. Change your thinking from listing your duties to telling your achievement stories. Learning a language is a journey, and building a career is a journey too. It takes time. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. You are doing great. Keep going. You have the skills. You have done the work, and now you have the language to prove it. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you feel a little more confident, a little more ready for your next opportunity. If this episode was helpful for you, please consider giving it a like or leaving a comment. It is a wonderful way to support our podcast. And for my last question today, which of these 8 words will you use to describe your biggest accomplishment? I would be so happy to read your answer in the comments below. Thank you again for joining me. Keep learning, keep shining. See you next time, my friend.